Did you enjoy the trailer? I have some things I need to say, but I want you guys to get it off your chest. The
Nah, you gotta
Spider-Man,
start it off. Say what you need to
the
say. All right.
Spider-Man No Way Home trailer has dropped. We saw it live on our podcast on twitch.tv/Keep Game Podcast. And there was some technical difficulties, but other than that, when I saw it in full HD for the first time, I was a little underwhelmed. I wasn't as excited because a lot of the things that I mentioned this last night, a lot of the things that were presented, I felt we already knew. I think, okay, let's put it like this. There's still rumored that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were supposed to be in this film, but it's not confirmed. Is there set photos of them? But again, it's not confirmed. If we would have saw that, I probably would have lost my shit. But they're probably holding onto it so tight for when the movie releases. So again, a lot of the things that we saw in the trailer, I thought were pretty cool, but it didn't blow me away. I wasn't like, oh wow. You know, when I first saw Mysterio in Far From Home, I was blown away by the way he looked. Like they really got that costume down packed. It looked amazing. But the trailer I was happy we saw it because we've been waiting for so long, but it wasn't anything that blew me away. So what do you guys have to say? You can start.
I'll tell you exactly why Lou feels that way.
Let me hear.
Because he believed every fake leak. He watched every fake trailer before this one came out.
Stop the cap. You saw the same shit I saw.
A lot of this stuff was not fully confirmed yet. It was correct. All rumored. Mm-hmm. So I think what this trailer did was kind of like a shut up. We're giving you exactly what you guys have wanted. Mm-hmm. Just trust us and let us work, okay? That's what this trailer was to me. I thought it was great.
Did you really love it though?
It's a teaser trailer that was almost 3 minutes long. That's not really like that's a crazy teaser to me. Usually teasers are like the first Batman trailer where he just socked dude out and said, "I am vengeance," and then left. You feel me? That was all you got from the Batman
that trailer more. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's a teaser though. Like this is a
I did enjoy that trailer more. Okay.
You know what I mean? I am super happy with the route that they're taking.
I would admit that. Yes.
With at least for what it seems so far. Of course, they could change everything up. Marvel's known for putting stuff in trailers that we don't even see in the movie. Shout out Hulk in the fight for Wakanda.
Oh
that
yeah,
never happened.
War. Yeah.
That everybody was hyped for.
Or even Spider-Man Far From Home in the diner. That whole fight. You remember against the mob?
Well, that was a deleted scene. It wasn't really like.
Yeah, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, you're right. So, but as far as the direction that they're going with this, I thought it was great because it's exactly what I said needed to happen. I've been saying keep it focused on, hey, he just got revealed and he's trying to figure out how to live life being known as, Peter Parker as Spider-Man type stuff. Mm-hmm. And I liked how they set it up. The storyline they're going with is One Last Day. They're putting their own twist on it or whatever. A lot of people don't like that comic.
Well, because of the whole Mary Jane thing.
Right, because Mary Jane forgets him. Just how in the trailer he pretty much said, like, yo, I still need people that need to know me. Mary, MJ, Ned, Aunt May, all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. So I liked it.
So John.
Now, my thoughts about so I agree with Chris. It was a teaser trailer, and they did a damn good job with the teaser trailer because of the fact that they didn't. If they would have given you too much, people would be bitching like, oh, they gave away the whole movie. But they didn't give away a lot to the movie where you're just going to be like, oh my God, I know the whole movie now. And they didn't give away too little where you're going to be like, oh, well, okay, I waited this long for a fucking trailer and all they did was give me Spider-Man in a suit swinging it with MJ. No, they literally tease you like, yo, guess who you got? You got Green Goblin. We don't know what the fuck William Dafoe is going to look like. We don't know what his suit's going to look like. You got Doc Ock. We know that his glasses are different. He doesn't have the blacked out shades no more. His outfit's different. And we see him coming out of the East River. Out of the Hudson, I mean. So you see certain parts of it, though. You see him staring at some random lady in a car. You don't know what's going on with that. You see him change into his suit. But they give you enough where you're just like, wow, okay. And they give you that idea of like that fear where we were able to break down the trailer. You see different things. You see the different suits. You see him, it leaves you with enough to be able to really. Marvel has been good with that too. They leave you with just enough to tease you where you start coming up with assumptions, and you end up having a conversation about this shit for a month until the trailer drops, until the next trailer drops or the movie drops, and then everybody's going to be fighting for a month afterwards, going, "I told you," or "Bro, I thought it was Mephisto and it wasn't Mephisto." So it's going to be like that's what you're going to be hearing for either months after, one way or the other. And that's what Marvel is doing good at, and they got really good at doing that, leaving you with enough to make a discussion and not give you too much where you're just like, all right, I can wait for it now. I'm good. They leave you wanting.
Now, this trailer kind of teases the birth of Sinister Six, right? There's different variations in the comic books who the villains are that come together to fight Spider-Man. In this trailer, we got a taste of about, I want to say 5 different villains, right? We got Doc Ock. We actually see him. We got the ball for, what is it? The Green Goblin, right? It was the grenade, right?
The pumpkin grenade.
Yeah. But isn't the pumpkin the Hobgoblin, not the Green Goblin?
Where do you think Hobgoblin got it from?
I know. I get it. But I'm saying it's green. It's not a pumpkin grenade, though.
No, the difference being, no. So the Hobgoblin is an actual pumpkin grenade. The Green Goblin is not a pumpkin grenade, but they consider it that way. One's orange, one's green.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, so we got that, right? So that's 2 villains.
Chris, don't do that to Lou right now, because the dude doesn't pay attention to trailers.
I do pay attention.
Let him rock what he has.
And then we got some yellow electric that's very different from the Mark Webb Amazing Spider-Man, where you saw Electro with blue electric.
Trash, hated it.
Yeah, I hated it too. And then you see some sand, and our assumption, all of us, is that it's going to be Sandman. But then in the trailer, we do see a very dark and Growl in like a tunnel attempt to attack Peter Parker. And we were debating this all day yesterday. We tried to look it up, and there are some theories out there, but I think for the most part, Chris and I don't know about you, John, we're leaning towards the Lizard. We did at first think maybe this is Scorpion because he did get teased in Homecoming at the end credits, but I think we're leaning towards the Lizard. What do you guys think about this villain coming back?
So, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with it. Because was Lizard wasn't in any of the other 2
he was in the first Amazing Spider-Man 1. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh shit, wow. That's how much I fucking forget that movie altogether.
Yeah, you talk about me, I don't pay attention.
Oh, don't even hit me that shit, bro. We're talking about Eternals, and you can't remember that shit 5 minutes later.
I couldn't hear it.
We're talking about 15 years later. It was a forgettable movie.
But go ahead.
Anyway, so fucking but no, it's interesting to see, because I mean, if you look at the way they're doing it, though, they're literally bringing back, if they go in the same route that it looks like, where they're bringing back villains from other
each movie in the past.
Each movie we've already seen, exactly. So
makes sense.
If you go according to that idea, that so we're going to see Sandman, we're going to see Electro, we're going to see Lizard. I'm for that one, I'm really waiting to see. I'm not going to try to jump to too much speculation on that, because of the fact that I really want to see, personally, I want to see Vulture, and I would love to see Scorpion. Because Scorpion is more of a villain for me. I liked him better than Lizard. But we'll see how it goes, though. Which the one theory, though, if you guys, I don't know, Chris didn't watch the other theory we sent him today. The theory of where he's trying to get ahead of, where Strange is trying to get ahead of the idea of the multiverse of madness. So he's kind of pulling together the Sinister Six in a way to get rid of them. And having, Parker, like, he's basically doing his own nefarious thing or whatever like that, to have Parker basically do it for him. Because we already know, like, Strange can see 5 million different alternate realities and everything else, too. He knows what's going on.
Not anymore.
Oh,
he doesn't have the stone.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're right. Okay, so I take that back then. But I do feel, though, like, it would be more of a nefarious thing, whatever like that, because, I don't know, there's too much of it that just doesn't make sense, and it, again, leaves you wondering. But if that's the case, though, I would love to see, because Lizard would be more of a person that would be on their side. Because if you think about it, Lizard was a genius. He was a doctor. Doc Ock is brilliant as well too. So if you put him on if you put him to where they're going to be good and helping out, you have the brains there. You have all the villains that are worth something. Scorpion and Rhino and them were just pretty much just villains. They had nothing behind
They
them.
were
They didn't have any good
criminals,
intentions.
really.
They were just
Yeah.
criminal. Yeah.
Right.
They were like, so they weren't,
Criminals with either
scientists. They
suits or
weren't
random powers.
Yeah.
right. It wasn't even Sandman had good intentions because of his kid. The whole like, so you have villains that had good intentions, and you have villains that were just bad villains.
Right.
So the villains that we've seen so far are villains with good intentions. So that could possibly be where they're going with this and leading that way, and recruiting them for the Multiverse of Madness to go fight a big bad. I don't know.
Right.
Like there are so many. Like it's so much that you can't even think of. Like I don't know, Chris.
So far right now, we only have, to me, 3 completely confirmed. So I know we got Electro, we got Doc Ock, and Green Goblin, 100% confirmed.
Correct. Yeah.
Sandman, I rewatched the trailer multiple times. Yes, it's possible that he's in that scene with Electro. And a lot of people's theories is that he's actually protecting Spider-Man, because if you remember at the end of Spider-Man 3 in Raimi's trilogy, at the end he ended up being cool with Peter, like, yo, Peter, just let him rock and leave and whatever with his daughter.
So he could be with his son or daughter, whatever. Yeah.
So there are people are speculating that he's protecting Peter from Electro in that scene. Granted, it could also just be Electro hitting the dirt and the dirt shooting up into the sky because he's, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know. Also, we don't know if it's Lizard, Scorpion, whatever in that other scene. It wasn't enough to me to confirm that that's the character in that scene.
You know what I mean?
I don't even want to say that those characters are confirmed. It would make sense though if it was Lizard, because that would be two characters from Raimi, and 2 characters from Amazing Spider-Man series. Only reason why I think that would be cool is because I would want to see 2 characters from Tom's series so far,
which would be Vulture.
I would like Vulture to come back
and Mysterio, no?
I don't know if I would want Mysterio to come back.
Oh, I want him to, bro.
There's one character that I do think can be a part of this Sinister Six, but he's kind of like the side one. Shocker? Obviously, I would like to see Scorpion. I was gonna say Shocker because we've seen him multiple times and in different variations where, you know, it's just it's pretty much like a suit.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
So I think we could see Shocker as well in this movie. And as far as them being good, I just don't see it. At least from the scenes that they've shown. Electro was blowing up the stuff with the Daily Bugle. Yes. Right? They had the Daily Bugle truck there. They were blowing stuff up. If you're good, you're not doing that, for one. 2, Green Goblin threw a grenade on a bridge. You're not doing that if you have good intentions. You feel me? 3, the Doc Ock we saw, yes, it's the same actor. But if they're saying they're pulling him from the Raimiverse or whatever, right? Why is his outfit completely different and he looks completely different, even though he's the same actor? Yeah. You know what I mean? So I do not believe that any of them are good in this situation at all. Now, I know there's some other stuff people keep bringing up Mephisto now because he's actually in the comic book story for one more day. So people keep thinking it's Mephisto. I don't think people understand that Disney cannot technically bring in Mephisto to their universe. Because then they would not be able to sell their movies to China or anything because Mephisto is technically the devil. Right. He looks like the devil, and they can't have that. China would never play that movie over there. And if we know Disney, they're about their money. Granted, Nightmare, I believe, is confirmed for Doctor Strange. Right. So maybe he can play a part in this. I don't think he will, but maybe he is. Maybe he's manipulating them, taking them from, you know, their universes and, you know, reminding them that they hate Spider-Man kind of thing. I don't know. We don't know.
But I think what's crazy too, these villains, well, most of them, they died. And especially in the Sam Raimi one. You know, Doc Ock died and also Green Goblin.
Yeah. That's what I want to ask you real quick, because now we know that we got Marvel's What If. And Marvel's What If is canon to the, you know, the multiverse, to MCU in general. Right. And what if, like, I feel like as if yes, everything was pushed back because of COVID, but they're still pushing back things further again, though, too, and releasing smaller things on Disney Plus in between these things to fill in gaps. Marvel's What If being released and doing that idea of that, like, let's say Peggy Carter goes in though, and Captain America doesn't, go in because of the fact that one little scene where she stays behind as opposed to going the other way.
Right.
Now we know that the multiverse with Loki though too is the branch of a timeline, and the fact that they don't care usually if somebody's about to die and they pull it because they had it with the other Lokis, where if they pull it right before they die or whatever like that, and they just branch, they kill off in one time, but they also branch in another way. They prune what they can, but they just leave it to go their own route, do your own fucking thing in your own realm, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What if because Alfred Molina had said that they pulled him right before he died from the water. If they pulled him from the water, basically when he died, out of Sam Raimi's, they pull Goblin out of his realm. So again, different variation, as Chris said before too, before we went live though. That could be what it is though too. It could be a variation of them.
Right.
So because now we have variations. That's a confirmed thing. We have variation in the multiverse. So now that's making me rethink a whole lot of things though too. And as far as the whole good bad thing, whatever like that, it could be anything at all. Because even Loki was bad and then good, and then what I mean. Like, so it could be that they could have started off bad, they're showing their bad intentions, and then they realize that they have to come together for a greater good. I don't know if they're going to do that, but the fact that they do, like you said too, Alfred Molina has the same character but looks totally different.
Totally.
What is Hobgoblin going to look like? Not Green. Fuck you, Lou, for Hobgoblin. What is Green Goblin going to look like? What is, like, what I mean? Electro is different too. He's got a different color.
Yeah, his Electro
now green.
Yellow
I can see
blue.
Green Goblin and Electro still hating Spider-Man because the way they got ended in their movies, it wasn't no reconciliation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because Green Goblin stabbed himself with his board in the Raimi trilogy.
Dumbass.
After, I mean, they tried. It was a fake reconciliation. Like, oh, you're like a
don't tell me.
Boom, you're dead. And then Electro got obliterated in his movie. So I'm pretty sure he still doesn't like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Only like I said, we don't know if it's Sandman yet. But if it is Sandman, he reconciled. Doc Ock, he ended up saving the day at the end of Spider-Man 2. So I don't know.
Well, there's a couple of things, right? There's been some, I don't want to say accusations, because people are saying that Ned actually lost weight for this film, right? And they are making claims that he actually may be Hobgoblin, because in the comics, he does turn his back on him because he was lied to by Peter, and this may be that here as well, but we don't know for sure. We saw in the trailer, he didn't even speak, but his heavier set. Is it something down the line in the film where he does, different variant? I don't know.
My theory
That's
with that. I don't think it's a variant. In the trailer, what they show is directly after Far From Home.
Yeah, it's right from
No, I'm saying the parts that they show Ned is directly.
Yeah, it's right from
where Peter goes to Strange is way after that.
Well, it's right after Halloween, so it's in the fall,
right? Because because of the fact that, remember, they were all gone. That's the reason why there's snow in the building still. Because of the fact that they were all gone and nobody was there to even clean up. Because even Wong comes back, they all got ashed.
No, I'm saying where Far From Home was directly after Endgame, right?
Yes. It was 8 months?
Something like that. But it was after Endgame, right?
Because they showed everybody coming back in the beginning of the film.
Then at the end of Far From Home is when he gets revealed as whatever.
Yes.
So you got to think about this. After that part, I'm pretty sure the beginning of this movie is going to be based off of there. Right there. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about the part after that, where he goes to meet Strange.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume is like way down the road, like months after. Because remember, the beginning scene is like, it's crazy down there. It's because think about this. Going to court, turning yourself in and stuff like that. That's not like a regular thing. It doesn't take a couple of days and you need help. I'm pretty sure he didn't come to the decision after like 3 days, like, oh man, I need Doctor Strange's help, bro. My life is hell. When he goes there, he goes, ever since he revealed it, my life's been terrible. Blah, blah. That's not a couple days thing. I'm saying it's down the road. So, and Spider-Man, Peter mentions in the trailer, all my friends, it's made their life hell. Because now, MJ, Zendaya is involved in the thing. Ned isn't involved in it because he knew from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All this kind of stuff, they're all involved.
And Doctor Strange
So-
too. You're living two different lives or trying to live two different lives.
Right. So he even mentions like, yo, I've hurt people close to me. And when he says that, if you pay attention, it shows Ned. Like it shows Ned
And
in
then
like
Aunt
the
May, too.
interrogation room. Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's very possible that since he goes to Strange like months later, maybe during that, him and Ned really aren't cool like that.
And what about
Because
Flash
he was
Thompson?
on the roof. He was just on the roof with MJ.
Do you think he
Ned
becomes
wasn't
a villain too? Flash Thompson. They're saying that he dyed
I think
his hair
eventually. I think
blonde.
eventually he will.
Oh, yeah,
I
with the
think,
blonde hair that he
he's
got?
going. I think he's. If they're gonna keep going with this this cast, I think eventually he will end up being who he's supposed to be.
Now the other thing people are claiming that Matt Murdock, Daredevil, is in the interrogation room. I said he's not, and the
I
reason
don't think so.
the reason I said that is because it's the same gentleman walking into the interrogation room, and he does not have that stick. Remember, he is blind. He is literally walking with his hands folded. He does not have that walking stick. I don't know what it's called, but even when he slams down the papers, they mentioned this too in New Rockstars.
Here we are.
That he had the hairy arms, but he's also slamming the book down very aggressively. If you're trying to represent someone, you're not going to be so upset with the person you're representing. So I
Smart.
believe that's not him. I don't think it's him. We'll probably see him down the line. I think they should probably not release another trailer, but they probably will.
I think one more would do just fine.
But what would
kind of
you
like how
reveal
Eternals
then?
did their final trailer? I think
They
one
revealed a
more
lot
like
there,
a
though.
like a month before would work.
But how much more
I
do
think
we need
that-
to know? We know the premise of the story now.
No, I
Do
think
you?
that two things that they do. First of all, I think that Feige and all of Marvel is very good at trolling us right at this point,
Right.
because especially after WandaVision, and WandaVision was the one that basically set the tone for Marvel going forward because of all the conclusions that everybody jumped to off the get from WandaVision. That's literally the reason why their cutscenes are cut the way they are in this
Perfect.
trailer. The fact that when you see like Matt Murdock or whatever they want to call him, and it cuts right before the chin, you see the bottom of the chin and it cuts.
Yeah, it's definitely not him.
It's a lot of cut and paste that they're doing, which is giving you just enough to be like wanting to start a conversation, like I said before. So that's what I think Disney's doing. And I think that what they're going to do, though, is if they do release another trailer a month before, it's not going to be a 3-minute trailer or anything like that at all. It'll be like a 30-second clip, and it's going to be a big reveal. It might be a big reveal of a villain. It might be a big reveal of Spider-Man about to fight somebody or something like that, though, just to really get you like so fucking hype right beforehand to blow the box office up, whatever like that, right before it comes. Or they can just wait because of the fact that maybe Shang-Chi has something to do with it because of the fact that we know Wong. But although in the trailer, though, if you break it down, though, Wong's not going off to go fight Shang-Chi in the trailer. It looks like he's going off to go train in the temple with the where they all train at.
Yeah.
But
The shamans. Yeah. No.
yeah. So like, in no reality though, too, like we don't know. Maybe in Shang-Chi, we're gonna get something that's gonna be a huge thing for us
Right.
because
Well,
we already know within the MCU we didn't get what's her name originally. Val was supposed to be showed off at the end of Black Widow,
Yeah,
but she was
yeah.
showed off beforehand in the other one. So with everything being timed around or whatever like that, they're really probably holding their hands their cards close to play to what they're going to release and how they have to release it because they don't want to give away some shit that's going to be released in Shang-Chi that's going to bleed into Far From Home,
Right.
and therefore Marvel Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
Yeah, and also to
So-
remember, so we have Shang-Chi, and then we have Eternals, and then we're gonna get Spider-Man. In between that, we're actually gonna get Hawkeye, the TV series on
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
Right.
So there are 3 things, and also we have the Marvel's What If. So we have 4 things actually before we get Spider-Man at the end of the year. I don't know where this movie's going to take us, where it's going to take the MCU moving forward. Because right after this, in March of next year, we're gonna get Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So a lot of things can happen. Are we gonna get new characters, like new, maybe Fantastic Four people are, throwing out there? I don't think so. I think this is just a Spider-Verse, and that's it. And then it's gonna take over with Doctor Strange. It probably in the post-credit scenes, it's probably gonna see Doctor Strange and Wanda come together, and maybe something that they go back and get her kids. I don't know. But I don't think it's going to give us any new characters. Some people are saying that we are, but
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I honestly think this movie is going to do more for the Sony stuff, the Sony side, than the Marvel side. Because the Marvel side, everybody kind of got an idea. We had Loki. They introduced Kang.
Yeah.
They're introducing all the multiverse stuff. We got Quantumania, which is another multiversal movie.
Yeah.
We got Multiverse of Madness, another multiversal movie.
Yeah.
They mentioned the multiverse in this movie as well. So we kind of know where MCU is going, and it's big.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't forget the Secret Wars is also around. That's the one thing that scares me.
Yeah. That's gonna be a series on Disney Plus. So.
Right, but I'm telling like I don't know where it leaks. You know, who's a Skrull in any of these movies?
Can a Skrull be in this Spider-Man too? Because remember, it was in No Way
Hey, a lot of people are assuming that Doctor Strange is not who he is, which is a theory that's pissing me off kind of.
You think it's another
because
Skrull?
I feel like they never watched the Doctor Strange movie and they have no idea who this guy is. It's bothering me because they're like, Doctor Strange wouldn't do something like that. I'm like, fam, did you watch his movie? He's one of the most arrogant pieces of garbage.
You think
ever.
Tony Stark is one? He's just as bad.
What? He's terrible. Fam, in his movie, the only reason he became Doctor Strange was because they literally told him, yo, there's no way to heal you.
Yeah.
So he's like, bet, I'm gonna heal myself. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
And then once he gets his power, guess what he does? He breaks all the rules. Hey, I'm gonna get that sacred book. I'm gonna do this technique that you guys told me not to do. I'm gonna do this spell that you guys told me not to do. I'm gonna take the time stone and I'm gonna use it, even though you guys told me not to. Right?
Absolutely.
And he does it for himself. In Infinity War, he's one of the only characters to me that has no growth as a character. He has no development.
You're right.
He has not changed. He's the same person. He told Tony and Peter, hey, if you guys mess up, you're dead. I will not hesitate to let you die. Get out of here.
Yo, you are so right. You are so right.
And even in Endgame, it's like, yo, hey, you gotta die, bro. I saw the outcome already. Go ahead, die.
This is your time.
I think the most development he had was, maybe on a grander scale, protecting people, sure. But he's arrogant. He has a huge ego.
Yeah.
When somebody tells him he can't do something, he's going to go ahead and be like, yeah, you think so? I'm the best.
And that feeds into it. That's the reason why he wants to protect everybody.
And that's why I'm like, I don't get that whole theory. Like, people are like, oh, it's Mephisto. Doctor Strange, he took over his body or whatever. Or it's Nightmare or whatever. Or they're saying he's a Skrull. I'm like, fam, Doctor Strange would absolutely do this. His man's Wong told him, yo, don't do it. It's a dangerous thing. And he's like, yeah, sure. I'm going to show you I can do it.
Still do it anyway. Exactly.
Yeah, like, I'm going to show you I can do it. So I'm like, yo, I hate that theory. Stop. It's Doctor Strange, bro. All right. Whether he's,
you're right.
You know, obviously, I don't think the reasons they're leaving out all the stuff behind the scenes with what happens during the spell. Obviously, I don't think him getting distracted by Peter is gonna have him mess up the entire spell.
I think he does it intentionally.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that little tidbit where Peter's like talking to me, he's like, yo, shut up, stop it, don't interfere. I don't think that's the entire scene that happens at that point where the multiversal thing happens. I don't think that's.
I can understand that. So like, I saw a theory. I know Lou saw it also. Was the fact that when he's doing that spell, that he's doing the rings, and you see like the idea of the quantum realm and everything else too. Like that, not the quantum realm. The one from Loki. I can't draw a fucking blank right now. The fact that they show you the timeline is a ring. The timeline is just a complete circle, and they show you multiple circles. They show you 4 different circles at one single time, and those circles are different. If you want to go according to each one of them as a timeline, then you have each one of the 3 Spider-Man movies, and you have the main timeline that holds it all together, and the 3 different timelines within that.
Right.
And again, though, too, like I said to you too, remember that box that Peter's holding when Strange hits him and drops the soul out of his body, or whatever.
Send him to the astral plane.
The astral plane. He's holding that box, and that box is what is seen in the trailer that holds those alternate timelines in there. So now, is it a matter of Peter is actually trying to go against Strange and trying to hold it and get it away from him, and that's the reason why he does that, and that's the reason why there's a fight on the train? Because on the train, though, too, it's literally Peter and
Strange,
Strange fighting on the train. Like that, I don't see there's anything else to it. They're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
See, but to me, that scene, I think that scene is not a fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I know a lot of people think it is, but it kind of looks like Strange is trying to explain how the multiverse works to Spider-Man.
Because he doesn't even have his cape on.
Right, but not even just that. The way the trains separate. Looks
Like the branch
exactly how the
timelines?
branch timeline stuff.
Mm.
He had them start in a circle, and then they started going like this. You know what I mean?
Maybe,
So to me, I think it's because Strange even mentions is like, yo, the multiverse is something that we don't have much knowledge on, including himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like maybe it's him just trying to explain what he knows to Peter so he can, figure some stuff out. Because clearly they did some wild stuff and jumped in some what looked like a portal in the middle of New York City.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested to see where it's going to go, and I think that we all need to meet up again for Spider-Man when it comes out. I'll fly to Florida.
100%.
Well, Chris, are you gonna be here for the holiday season?
Yeah,
New York?
but I think I'm coming out there like the week after it comes out.
When does it come out?
It's
The
the 17th.
Oh, all right. So I just got to go to Florida.
I'm going on the 16th to see the movie.
You want me to go there on,
Right, I get
Florida
there.
on the 16th?
I get there the 23rd of December. So
He would have already
a
seen
week
it.
after. Right.
So,
Yeah.
Lou, Florida, the 15th to the 17th.
Nah, I'm not going to Florida.
Hey, I'll watch it again with y'all. We go to the same theater. I don't care. I'll do that.
I hope it's really good. People are anticipating that this is probably going to be the best MCU movie. I still think Infinity War is my like top 5. We still got to do like our top 5 MCU movies.
I think it's up there with Endgame in anticipation right now.
Yes.
Just off the views alone,
Yeah.
this anticipation is crazy. Everybody was waiting for the trailer. The leaked trailer got 1 million views in like 30 minutes and got taken down.
Yeah.
Like it's been crazy.
And that goes to the fact of what Lou was always saying about Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the character in all reality. When you think Marvel, you think Spider-Man a lot of times. Like Spider-Man is the GOAT when it comes to Marvel. And I know I troll Lou a lot of times with that shit, but there is no denying the fact that in all reality, you think two things when you think Marvel. You either think X-Men or you think Spider-Man. Like those are the two. You think DC, you think Batman. So and Joker. So Superman, yeah, I mean, fuck Superman. But DC, you think Batman, Joker, Superman. So those are what you're gonna think of no matter how you look at it. So of course, Marvel with Spider-Man. Spider-Man is something that
it's a big
I
deal.
feel like to have his own movie has always been amazing with his own movies within the MCU because he's amazing. And I think that having this huge event basically where you're literally talking about this is after we've already had so much going on. Like this is just getting bigger and bigger. And I just feel like Marvel is just going to keep getting bigger, and they've learned their lesson where they can just keep on throwing characters together, and you never have to have just a one-off movie. Like every single movie it could be a Spider-Man movie, but we could throw fucking Black Widow, Fantastic Four. We could throw everybody in there, even as a cameo for 5 minutes. It don't matter. Well, you want them there? Are you free for the weekend? You got 5 minutes to film something real quick? Throw on a costume, hop in the green screen. Like that's what they could pretty much do at this point, and there's no holding back anymore. And Marvel got that, and that's what I'm excited for. That's why I'm mad for it.
I think that's why the multi-contract thing that they stopped doing is a big deal. Because now they can just be like, yo, we need you for like 10 minutes in this film. Here's some money. Jump in. Instead of wasting one of like the 5 films you're supposed to be featured in type of thing on this.
What happened with Iron Man. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Also, hot take. You ready for this? I think Daredevil is going to show up in this. Obviously, I'm going to say Matt Murdock. I think he's going to show up.
Wasn't he already confirmed to be part of this film?
No.
He was a rumor. He was rumored
all
like
rumored
hard.
still. Only reason I say this is one scene in particular stuck out to me after rewatching it like 30 times. It's a scene where it looks like Peter, MJ, and Ned are all going to like the either jail to turn themselves in.
Oh, when they're in slow-mo when they're walking.
Right.
I think they're going to
sign. There's a sign in the back that has Peter's face with 2 horns.
Yeah.
Says "Devil in Disguise," right?
Oh shit!
So I think that's a little nod towards Daredevil. 1, 2.
Because people thought that was a Mephisto thing, but yeah.
No, that's not a Mephisto thing.
I know, but this is what people are saying in these streets.
I know Mephisto's not coming. They gotta stop it. 2, I think he will show up, but not when we think he's gonna show up. I think he's gonna show up at the end as an end credit scene after everything's over, right? Whole big fight happens, whether Toby and Andrew show up, whatever. I think at the end, Peter's gonna be like, you know what? I don't want to erase people's memories of me anymore. I'm cool with it. I'm gonna just go handle myself in court, and then boom, they're in the courtroom, and Matt Murdock walks in like, yo, fam, I got you. I'm here now.
If he says that one line, I definitely think that Marvel talks to you too much.
Imagine. Hey, I got you, Peter. Right.
And then he's gonna go to the judge and be like, "Yo, judge, suck a butt."
That's my theory. That's the only theory I'm coming up with. Is that I think Daredevil will show up in the end.
Nah,
it would make sense.
Why? He's going through court now because of everything. Why would they wait to the end?
Nah, he wasn't in court. He turned himself in though.
No, I know.
So I think he still has to handle through. He has to go through trial.
Yeah, so someone has to represent him.
Not end credits. If he's gonna be in there for court, it'll be in the middle somewhere. It'll just be Matt Murdock and kind of those things like if you don't know who Daredevil is, you're not gonna know. But he's just kind of in there as a lawyer. And people that don't know this shit will be like, why the hell is there a blind lawyer for? What the fuck?
I would love to see him in the suit and have like a one fight scene. You know how they had in those Daredevils on Netflix, those long fight scenes?
No, not in his suit. No, like somebody with that shit. Like
you're talking about his Daredevil suit.
Yeah, this Daredevil suit, and he just whipping ass. Oh, that would be so dope.
I don't think you'll see that in this one.
No, you won't see it, but I would have loved to see it.
That would be too big of a fucking hot take for somebody to bring in like that.
Him and Peter Parker fighting in Hell's Kitchen, and they're just going crazy. And
Jesus Christ! The reason why I feel that they won't ever do something like that ever is because of what happened with WandaVision, and the main reason why they didn't bring in Doctor Strange in WandaVision like they were supposed to. Because they felt like they had the characters and they didn't want to bring in such a big weight.
It would have taken away, right.
So they're not gonna. So I mean, having other Spider-Man and stuff like that too would be one thing, because it's within the universe. But having like a Randall like that, you can nod to him and you can bring in the character itself, but not have the actual Daredevil. Have Matt Murdock in there,
right?
Kind of like
the crazy part is this low key. If the whole multiversal stuff is happening for real, where they're bringing these people in from different universes. It low key makes every Marvel movie MCU canon, bro. if you really think about it, it makes everything, even the ones we don't like, the old Fantastic Four,
the new Fantastic
all
Four,
the Spider-Mans, X-Men movies, all that stuff is now going to be canon if they're really doing this stuff.
I already said all you gotta see is Chris Evans come back in as Torch and we're done.
Nah. Or you can have Michael B. Jordan come as Torch.
Imagine.
Dirty.
You know what I'm saying?
Dirty.
Well, that's going to be it for us, guys. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Again, we drop a new podcast every Monday on YouTube. Just type in Keep Gaming Podcast. And if you don't have time to watch us, listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Just type in Keep Gaming Podcast. And we go live every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. Twitch.tv/Keep Gaming Podcast. You're going to see my
Keep Gaming Podcast.
Man, I'm CG. And we got Paulful coming in, also with Johnny BoomBotz. So you want to stay around. We also have a post show afterwards.
Stick around. Post shows, baby.
That's going to be it for us.
Suck a butt. That's it for us.
Until next time, keep gaming. Peace.
Keep gaming next time. You hear me?